Hello, welcome. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. Yeah, today I named the show What Brings Out the Maniac in You. As everybody who knows me, that's my catchphrase. What brings out the maniac in you? Okay, I'm going to talk candid here. Uh, I know the Lions are looking at this is going to be Jameson's Williams, first day back since he injured himself in training camp. Uh, and he'll be with the Panthers. Last year, the Panthers annihilated us. It wasn't even last year. The Panthers annihilated the the Detroit Lions. Uh, this year, the Panthers are haven't won a game. Um, but if you look at us weaning the people off the bottom, more to say, in order to get them to play, in order to get them to. I mean, yeah, I know you cannot just go ahead and send you know, everybody to the put them in fire all along. Put them under fire, and where things are coming at you from every which way you can. You know, I know that. I understand that. I really do. But there's a time when you really got to produce. There's a time you just got to go ahead and let those people that you brought to make this team right and do that as a individual way, not just going by how you think it should be done. What would have happened if, if the Texans went ahead? Oh well, this is a rookie quarterback. C.J. Stroud, and didn't want him to go ahead and be the starting quarterback, even though he's the best one on the team. And in this case, he's ranked like number 4 overall. The best rookie quarterback by far this year. All right, the out of this year's draft, better than Bryce Young. His numbers have proven that. So and if the Texans were just going to go ahead and wait, I mean, there's some people who need to be brought up and you know who needs that matureness. But when do you get to the point where you're just holding people back and hurting your team rather than playing that person? You know, if you know if the Lions would have looked at David Montgomery and said, "Hey, you're hurt," and wouldn't allowed him to play against the Packers, you know, would the Lions still have dominated that game the way that they did? Even though the defense you know, dominated it like crazy. Sometimes you need to take the training wheels off, in my opinion, and just see what they can really do. You know, uh, I know I have heard from the organization how it goes and stuff like that. But who would have ever thought number 4 would have been actually as high? of a ranking quarterback, you know, being that rookie. You know, that's just, basically what I wanted to come on and say. I'm not going to be on a whole long time tonight because hey, I've been on every day this week. Late night. You know, and if somebody really wants to come on, please. I want I want guests. I really do. Uh, we can also talk about baseball, the World Series. We can talk about YouTube. Oh, there I am. Looks like I'm the only crazy one that's live right now. So do you guys think the 49ers or the Cowboys will win? I think this ought to be a great game. One of the things, it ought to be a competitive game. I don't tell the Dallas Cowboy fans, but I want the 49ers to win because there's too many Dallas fans that I know that will brag like crazy. So I really really want the 49ers to win that game. I don't think it's going to be easy. I I know the 49ers have the last couple uh, the last couple, I'm sorry, uh, years, they were the ones that knocked the Cowboys out of the playoffs. But let's go ahead and let's look at their. We're gonna look at the NFL. Okay, so of course we're on week 4 now. Well, we're gonna look at go back to week 1. All right. Okay, week 1. Okay, week 1. All right. Sorry about the interference from some of the stuff. Okay, 49ers. They beat Pittsburgh 30-7. All right, and of course we know what the Cowboys did week 1. They beat the Giants. They whipped up on the Giants. They beat the Giants 40-0. So both these teams had, I mean, yeah, the Giants right now, they're dumpster fire. There's no doubt about that. Pittsburgh is, they didn't play that good last week, but so okay. Now we're gonna look at this. Okay, second week, the 49ers beat the Rams 30-25. So that really wasn't that big of a score. All right, not that big of a difference. And I know Dallas. Okay, I know they beat the Jets. Dallas beat the Jets 30-10. So that was a 20-point differential. All right, and just hey, thank you for coming on. Uh, for watching me, for taking the time out. I appreciate it. You're watching Tim's Maniac Sports. Okay. Uh, what? Okay. So, all right, what brings out the maniac in you as a fan? That's the title of this show. You know, for me, sometimes keeping players out that I think should be fully in will get me pretty upset. All right. But we're also looking at this right now. We're also looking at the records of the Dallas Cowboys and the and the records of the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, okay, we're now on week 3. Um, the 49ers beat the Giants 30-12. Not as not as handily as Dallas did in week 1. But at the same token, in week 3, Dallas lost to Arizona. So that's something. But then Dallas goes from there and goes ahead and beats the New England Patriots, beats up on the New England Patriots like crazy. So, okay, so they beat. I don't know why I'm having trouble. Oh, yeah, it was 38-3. Not enough. Where San Francisco took care of Arizona 38-16. So the only team that beat the Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco was able to go ahead and take them out. Take that team out. And Arizona did go ahead and come up with what was going to be a comeback, but they still were unable to go ahead and complete it. So you got two of the hottest teams that's going to be playing each other. You got the Dallas Cowboys are going to be meeting up and matching up. Go down to San Francisco and 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 of course there's a 1-3 will face a 4-0 uh, uh, San Francisco 49ers. I think that Dallas will give them a bit of a handling, but I think that I don't think they'll come out on top. I think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to win that game by, I'm just going to say 13 points. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the 49ers will win that by 13 points. I just think that their defense is too strong. Their offense is working on better cylinders. than what Dallas is right now, and it's going to be the offense now. And plus, nobody's been able to stop a healthy Brock Purdy. I mean, if you look at skilled quarterback, Dak Prescott is more of a skilled quarterback than Brock Purdy is. But you know, Brock Purdy, all he does is win. Plain and simple. All he does is win. The system of the 49ers has showed a lot of people they know how to win. Look at Jimmy G. Look at how good he was there. You go ahead and you take Jimmy G, and the Raiders think, oh yeah, we finally got a quarterback. But your quarterback is only one aspect of that team. You need somebody to go ahead and throw to. You need an offensive line for sure. Uh, you need a running game. All these things are really gonna help you guys out. You know. Hey, how's it going, Steve? How's it going, Steve? Wow. And you're up this late? I thought I was the only one that was up this late. So how are you feeling about that uh 49er Cowboy game? I think I mean the Cowboys are good. The Cowboys are due for a win against the 49ers, but I don't think they're going to be able to pull it out. That's just my feeling. That's just how I'm looking at it right now. You know, I mean, it's just now if the defense can go ahead and figure out a way to stop Brock Purdy, you know, and their red hot offense, who knows? I think the Niners going to smoke the Cowgirls. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, with you there's no such thing as the Cowboys. It's the Cowgirls. Oh boy. So how was your day today? Was it pretty good? Mine was better than yesterday. I had one of my lines though. It was down all day, so it made my day a lot easier because it was my line was down all day pretty much. Although when it really did decide to come up was I at the end of the night I said I'd go take a 15-minute lunch. Actually it was 14-minute clock out lunch. I took it. I came back and line two was running. No kidding. As soon as I walked in, because I'm in charge of like two big ovens, two big freezers. As soon as I walk into there, um, I hear the alarm go off for the freezer. But I have to get my oven temps right away before I can deal with that because it's really important that I get those temps. Otherwise, just to make sure everything's right with as far as being cooked and stuff. Well, of course, I can't get the oven temps for the line two because when it stops, you're and all that's going to go into rework that affected product anyway. Well, because we pulled it off the belt. Well, as soon as I walked in after break, darn freezer went off. So I got the stuff off line one, the temps that I needed to do. Was going to go ahead and handle the freezer and stuff like that, and we couldn't get back started. So basically, we waited all day for the raw side. They're the ones that make. They're called Formaxes. They are the ones that makes the patties. They were down all day from when I came in until like 9, 9, about 9:15 they're running, and then right when they get running, my freezer goes down. It's crazy. I had to call maintenance to get them to fix it. But okay, all right. My day was okay. Can't complain. Worked out now. Mowed the grass a little bit. Oh, cool, cool, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are watching Tim's Maniac Sports. You know, I just think the Cowboys are going to go ahead and get your butts handed to them. I'm not just saying that because I'm friends with Steve. I was telling you guys before that I thought roar. Yeah, I ain't got the energy. But one thing good, my week is done. My week is done now. You know, so now I can have fun. I got one more week where I got short. Where I end up having short weeks. Uh, because of the way I work my vacation time. Then, and this is I've been doing it for almost like 5 weeks in a row. I just went ahead and took 2 days off here, 2 to 3 days off here, 2 days off there. Just to get my vacation in. And man, I don't know what it's gonna be like when I got to work a full week again. You know, and then you add Saturday on it on top of that too. So baseball is now in playoffs. They have the wild card round going on right now. Hockey, of course, is in preseason. Basketball is in preseason. Man, right now, just about really every major sport is uh, playing right now. Just about, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yep, gotta get that money to pay the bills. That's for darn sure. But Lions and Pistons play on Sunday. Yeah, I know. I know. I seen I remember you telling me that Lions and Pistons play on Sunday. So is that pregame? That's pregame yet or pregame? Preseason for the Pistons yet, right? Because I know you told me you were going to both games. Oh, wow. And that's just. And then you said you might play or you might go see Eastern Michigan uh, on Saturday. See, I do got a pretty decent memory. That's for sure. Just don't Lions at 1, Pistons at 3. Yeah. So it's a good thing they're right next to each other, isn't it? Could you imagine if it was? Oh boy. So are you gonna leave a little bit? Well, are you gonna leave a little bit early from the Lions game to get to the Piston game, or are you gonna end up maybe being a little bit late to the Piston game? Probably depends on how the Lions are doing, right? I mean, if it's a close game, Yeah. But could you imagine if the Lions still played in Pontiac? That'd be quite a trip to go from Pontiac over to where the where because they play in Little Caesars now too, right? Don't they? The Pistons. Oh, geez. It depends on what the Lions are giving away for the fans coming into the game. All right. Okay. What the heck? Why did I yawn? Oh man. Yeah, I was looking at Lions tickets today, and I just looking at them. I'm still deciding if I'm gonna. I know I gotta make the decision soon if I'm gonna, because there is not much tickets left. I noticed, you know, little bit in section 345. I'm going to try to get autos and pitch at both games, Tim. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. Hey, Grandizer 12. How's it going? How's it going? Yeah. Who let out growl, roar, growl, roar? I ain't got the energy. Oh, boy. Ah, yeah, I was listening a little bit to Michael Mike on the way. I know I should go by Mike Cameron now, but I was listening a little bit to Michael Mike today, and I guess he's got some pretty hefty code there that he's dealing with. Super chats free 99. Okay, super chats free 99. Tim's Maniac Sports, oh master of darkness, lord of all evil, things come forth. You servant awaits you. Happy Halloween month. Wow. Wow. Amen, brother. So now I talk like a priest. Amen, brother. Better sanctify, glorify, and whatever fire. I'm not doing the good priest. Uh, oh boy. Uh, yeah. One of the things I was you know talking about is I do know how the Lions like to him is all tapped out. Yeah. Good one. How was your day at work? It was better than it was yesterday by far. Thanks for asking. Uh, One of the things that, in a way, made it better, I don't have no plans right now to go. Oh, yeah, I'm going to a Halloween party at my dentist. I got to get my teeth cleaned on Halloween. Scary thought. What was for dinner? I actually had chicken strips, and then later on I had hamburger. Yeah, I said I'm going to my probably. Well, are you going to any Halloween parties? I was gonna go to the oh cool, you had KFC. Wow, it sounds yummy. Um, I heard uh I heard there's a real nice Halloween party at Lambeau Field. Real nice one. The Packers are pretending are going to dress up as football players. Oh no, that would really mean true more for the Bears. Oh God, Short, don't tell Shorty. But you know if the Bears keep going the way they're going right now, though, the Bears as of right now they got the number one and the number two draft pick. So if they end up if they end up the season, you know, as bad as what they are right now, they can go ahead and get quick fast. That's a scary thought. And there's some good people. There's some good people in that draft. You know, it's a deep draft. So just think, you know, if the Bears wanted to, you know, even they could go ahead and even trade some of those picks and get a, you know, if they wanted to trade up, they could, maybe get like a, for one of those picks, they could get like a, 2 second round picks or something like that. I mean, hey, it's a way the Bears, if they decide to tank this year, or whatever, or they just keep on doing what they're doing, man, watch out. You might go to a Halloween party. Depends on how my pockets are. I might have them all bunnies pockets. LOL. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to throw a straight jacket party. So have you heard any? I mean, I haven't heard anything at all from Val as far as in doing. I know she was supposed to be starting her own channel again. With that Lioness Lair, but I seen one episode, and that was it. you know, the day before Halloween, the Lions are playing the Raiders. Yeah. Okay. Maniac, Kochak, The Night Stalker, Season 1, Episode 5, The Werewolf. Oh! Oh, 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 oh! Okay. You just had to get me to do that, didn't you, Ren? You knew I would do that. I mean, it's I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. Oh, wow. So how'd your night going, Grandizer Prof? I mean, Steve said he had a good day. Lions News: Detroit Lions hosts 8 free agents for tryouts. Wow. See if we can get things, get stuff better. I'm real sorry. So, Steve, what do you think is, and what do you think of as a way as like C.J. Strauss is doing out of Ohio State for Houston. I think he's pretty good. I mean, I know Ohio State quarterbacks in the past have not produced, but he's doing real good right now. Ex-Lions safety signed with the Bears after Saints on Baltimore practice squad. Wow. Quiet here at work. Sometimes it's nice to be quiet. Or he's still tapped out. Yeah, yeah. I was able to muster. I was able to muster that strong yawning, like someone wants to come out, like something wants to come out, but it's stuck. I like some things has a pop. Okay, I probably hacked that up. I think Strauss has be good this year. The Texans are a decent team. They're on the rise. Yeah, they are. And he's doing right now. He's doing a lot better than you know. Right now, he's the best rookie quarterback. You know, and he's doing better than some of your second year, third year quarterbacks too. And he's definitely doing better than Daniel Jones. Lions news: Chicago Bears wide receiver Chase Claypool is available via trade, and the Detroit Lions should be calling him asking for the price. Pride of Detroit. You gotta see what I I I okay. I can see that. All right, but you got Jameson Williams that's going to be out right now. We got to see what we got there, and you we look at. I mean, I was just saying on how I'm already afraid of how much the Bears are going to be able to build with all the draft choices they got right now. I don't want to contribute more to their draft choices. So that's what I'm saying, you know. Hey guys, like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hey, Lions News injury update. CJ Emmanuel Mosley expected to be versus the Panthers prior to Detroit. Yeah, he's expected to debut that first time since the trade. We'll actually be able to see what he does. All right, the Bears should pick Strauss. The Bears should pick Strauss in the draft. They should have. Cheers, dude. Hey, thank you, Jimmy Anderson. Thank you. I appreciate. I appreciate it. I'm cool on Claypool. So you what? But what would you give up for him? That's a. If you have a link live, I'll join up. All right. Werewolf has a victim. All right. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll. Okay. Just a sec here. You gotta have StreamYard. All right. Uh. Okay. Everybody, copy link. Control V. All right. So there's a link in the chat. All you have to do, if you have StreamYard, you can. And of course, anybody's welcome. And if not, you can just download StreamYard. Okay. We interrupted your regularly scheduled program, to bring you Tim's Maniac Sports and what brings out the maniac in you. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, wow. But yeah, hey, yeah, you guys are listening to Tim's Maniac Sports uh, and Entertainment, because every once in a while, as you can see, we'll talk about werewolves, Halloween parties, and other stuff. All right, Lions versus Panthers. Cat fight, no pity for the kitty. Growl, meow, scratch, sounds scratching, hissing, yelling, groaning. I'll tell you what, we don't need to be meowing, we just need to be growling, biting, clawing. But yeah, Jimmy Anderson, if you don't have StreamYard, all you have to do is, you can even get the free version and just get in that link, if you want to. I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Amen, brother. Amen. That's one thing we like to do apart. And hey, if you look at this, I'm on my vacation. I'm on my vacation right now. So hey, even though it's just like a 5-day deal, uh, I'm on my vacation. So hey, I'm here for a good time too. That's for darn sure. That's for darn sure. 100%. And you know what? I want to party hardy against the Panthers. I'm going to say it's going to be. Let me see. 48-21. Lions will beat the Panthers. I don't think the Lions are going to let the Panthers do to them what they did last year. One of the things we have a better run defense. We have a better running game than what we have. And yeah, if and we'll get to see what Claypool. Yeah, well, if we did get Claypool, but we'll get to see what Jameson Williams is going to add. I know they're planning on kind of winging him in. You know, taking him in there. Uh, uh, Entering him in there slowly. So I know that they're definitely planning on that. But hey, if he's healthy, put him in there. The master will kill you for this, but not fast. Slowly, oh so slowly. Edward Evil Ed Thompson. Fright Night 1985. Happy Halloween. Can everybody tell that this is Halloween month? This is a month where ghouls, goblins, witches, warlocks, rougarous, whatever else reigns. Oh God. All right. But yeah. So what are other people looking at as far as what and how long? Okay, how long is Claypool under contract though? Too, we got to look at that too. It in with the when does his contract end? Because I don't want it to be okay. We give up a bunch, and then if he and if his contract is gone, and then after this year we don't, we give up a high draft pick, and then after this year it's he's like a couple game rental. I want a T-shirt that says "Being in doubt and win it." Yeah, put on your big boy pants. Concrete. Consecrate your curiosity and hit that like button, please. Definitely, definitely. When you hit the like button, it really lets YouTube know. You know, they'll go hitting that like button will bring your content out quite to a lot of people. That's what they'll do. That's what that like button does. Share, because the more people that know about this show, and I'll put the link in again too. Is if you, but yeah, if you hit the more people that if it or if YouTube sees that a lot of people like this show, then people will go ahead and they'll push it out. They'll push it out more to the audience. So that's why hitting the like button is so important. All right. Okay. Let me bring Jimmy in. Hey, how's it going?
What
How's
up?
it
What up?
going?
What up? What up? What up? What up, brother? How about that shit, man? Hey,
Yeah. Let me go ahead and let me
you
put
hear me?
my
I don't know, man.
headphones in.
Can you hear me?
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we can
Hell
hear you,
yeah.
Jimmy. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Hey, that was a tough win, dude. I mean, that's a
Oh
tough
yeah.
opponent. They were looking good. I mean, let me tell you something about them Bears, dude.
Mhm.
That's not your everyday average Joes, dude. They're a tough opponent, and we went in there. We looked good. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So I'm proud of the guys. We went out there. We battled.
Right.
Dude, we looked like absolute dog shit. I thought my thing's all tilted here.
Mhm.
I thought we looked like dog shit. At halftime, I thought we were gonna have to kill Russell Wilson. I was thinking murder suicide. Like if Sean Payton, you know what I mean, or like
Mhm.
maybe Nathaniel Hackett shows up. You know, if something happens, a couple of weird things, and how'd the Bears blow that game, dude? And I don't even know was it
It, from what I hear, is their defense. Their
was it
defense just disappeared.
but was it even good that we won the damn game? Man, this stupid iPad, dude. I'm not wearing a Cardinal shirt on purpose, so anyone, don't worry about it, man. I'm not doing it because it's laundry day. All right, you
Okay.
know what I mean? Yeah, it brings my eyes out. No, I'm not a Cardinal fan, but I don't even know if it was fucking worth it, dude. Like we should have just lost, right? You
Got a
think the
higher.
Broncos have a chance? Like,
Well,
do you think we have a shot?
I,
No. No,
No, no.
no,
You guys had to do something to redeem yourself
no,
after
not.
that Miami fiasco.
We looked good. I thought at
Hmm.
the end of it, we
Right.
looked. I had come on here a few, I think the week before that one, and
Hmm.
I felt confident somewhat going into it, and let's see what I want to do. But in the third quarter and the fourth quarter of that Miami game,
Hmm.
like they had to knee the ball at the end just so they didn't set the record in points. And I think when they need it, I
Yeah.
could tell, like, dude, we had gotten in their head a little bit. Like they knew they got lucky, in some aspects. So they know what's up, man. So I could feel that. I saw the fight.
Right.
That's what's important, dude. It's like you can see it in their eyes. Like everyone's like 70-20, and I'm like, yeah, dude. But like when they got to like in the 60s,
Hmm.
like when they got in Beatles
Right.
territory, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Starting to get
Hmm.
into hippie territory. You could just tell, like that era, that they knew, like we had their numbers. So yeah,
Wow.
Dolphins, man, they look that
Yeah.
Bills game. They look that was great. I was like,
Mm.
man, that's what you get. You do that to a shitty ass team like us that gave up, and then you go into a divisional round or a divisional game. They brought out um, the guy that died on the field last year or whatever, but apparently is alive.
Right. Demar. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
brought him out. All the momentum was there. It was funny. They just got their ass kicked. I
Hmm.
was like, you know what? You kind of had that one coming because I don't know if you're aware, but like Mostert had to come up to the coach and be like, let's pump the brakes a little bit and just knee the ball. He was the
Hmm.
one that actually told McDaniel or
Okay.
McDaniels or whatever. Yeah,
Mm.
the guy
Yeah.
that looks like he's on Miami Vice with the cool shit. He's hella fast though. He runs. Man. He's like, holy shit, I've beaten Bill Belichick. That's fucking
And looking at Bill Belichick, man, he didn't like that Cowboys game.
yeah, I don't even. The highlight just actually popped up on NFL Network, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Cowboys got the Niners this weekend, which will be a good one. But
Hmm.
yeah, I felt bad. I mean, I didn't feel bad for Bel. I'm from St. Louis, dude, and
Hmm.
you don't feel bad for Belichick because I remember 2001. And if the
Mm.
greatest show on turf wins that Super Bowl,
Right.
we don't ever leave, dude. You don't win two. People would
Right.
have bought in. We wouldn't be running Steven Jackson until he's 138 years old, maybe. Like,
Right.
yeah, yeah. So, God, that looked bad, man. Shit. Their offense is terrible. They don't have an
Right.
offensive coordinator, right?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't have anything.
And last year their offensive coordinator was a defensive guy.
It was all one unit, and it's like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
That one unit. That one unit worked one time when you
Yeah.
had TB12 and the fucking like you're taking the snaps, man. It doesn't work like that.
Mm-mm.
You can't just recreate that bullshit. And even when TB12 was in his last year before he went to Tampa, they lost to the Titans in the playoffs, and we remember watching it going, man, they got no weapons around.
Right.
If Gronk doesn't play, they didn't have anything. And then Mr. Popular Kid at the popular lunch table went to fucking Tampa, and he's like, "Hey Gronk, hey B, hey B, do you know who you are this week? Okay, cool. Well, come play for a minute." And then Adam was like, "I'm gonna be there before you know it." And then Leonard Fournette showed up. I got a buddy, like I told you on our podcast, Beers and Bets, like big Buccaneers fan. He tries to legitimately tell me that Super Bowl was won on the Buccaneers or on their defense, which they shut down Mahomes. He had 9 points, but
Right.
they wouldn't have had any points if Brady hadn't been there because I think Gronk had 2, AB
Right.
had 1, Fournette had 1, and who
Right.
threw all the? Yeah, so I'm like, dude, don't ever question the GOAT, you idiot. But yeah, I think Bettleman. Belichick's got to be just losing his mind right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's got to be shitty.
I know.
And the funniest thing is, nobody feels bad for him.
No.
No.
Do you know at one time Belichick was assistant coach for the Lions?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was like he was like a minor coach, and this was in his
I've
early.
watched his
real-
football life. I'm a big fan of it on NFL on YouTube. They have it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. Maybe, yeah, that's crazy. I did not know that. No, I knew his father was a coach for the Army, right? Or Navy. One, some type of service one, but I didn't know that shit. No. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just didn't. I mean, again, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think they have any game. In a weird way, they hit the lotto. They got a bunch of guys that were just competitors and a bunch of Wes Welkers, and like then they'd get a Randy Moss. Funny thing was, when they had guys like Randy, they didn't win.
Right.
They didn't win the Super Bowl those years. They went 17-0, and then they lose in the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Anytime Brady was setting the world on fire, throwing it, they didn't. It was when he was a game manager, and they had 15,000 guys up there with fucking Polaroids or whatever. Cool. Damn, fucking filming every sideline that they can get their goddamn greasy balls on. Bunch of bullshit. That's why the Rams left. That's what I was saying, man. So it's like, I can't ever feel bad for Belichick. I do think he's a great coach.
Right.
But like, yeah, I thought it was kind of funny, man. It's like, you know what? He stayed around too long.
Right.
Brady's sitting there laughing his ass off. Brady's like, I already did the divorce, dude. What up, man? I'm sitting here. Belichick's like, no, we're on to it.
And now Brady is a minority owner of the Raiders.
Yeah, I saw he had done that. Yeah, not a bad investment at all. I would think that team's not going anywhere. I feel bad for Oakland fans in general for the fact that, like, if you're a kid that was born in 2008, you have an athletics shirt and a Raiders shirt. Like, well, Goodwill? Like, what the fuck? That's just not right. But yeah.
Now, what's special about the '80s Raiders? What did they do? They were the first team to win the Super Bowl. But what was so special? Do you remember? When they were the first, this first type of team.
I was born in '90, in fairness, so.
Okay.
But the '80s Raiders, I would say Ray and HP. No, that was a Packers guy, right?
Right.
No, they were assholes. I know that. They were like getting fined. I mean, all I would know about the '80s Raiders is that it was. My mom would be like, "They're mean."
Yeah. Well, they were the first team that was a wild card team to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow. That's a good trivia one, man. I like that. We do trivia on our podcast. So
and the St. Louis team was made a first too. Do you know what that was?
The first MVP to win a Super Bowl, right? Kurt Warner. Well, Kurt Warner was the first.
I mean, he was an MVP, but there was something else that they were the first to win the Super Bowl.
First expansion team? No.
They were the first dome team to win the Super Bowl.
Ah.
Yeah, because before that, because dome teams used to be considered dome babies because they didn't win a Super Bowl. If you're in a dome, you would sometimes make right. But once they got on grass and stuff like that,
you get outside in the cold and it's a whole different game, right?
Right.
That makes sense. It's weird too because a lot of the Super Bowls are in
domes.
Yeah, they're going to be in an environment controlled like venue. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. I wouldn't know that shit. Yeah, I was 9 when that game happened, but I remember the Bruce touchdown, like kind of but not enough. I wish I had dome babies. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, exactly. That's what. Man, and that and one of the Super Bowl that they had at New York, um,
You want to remind me about this shit right now? Really? Are you talking? Are you, are you talking?
no, they wanted to see what a Super Bowl would be like in bad weather.
Yeah.
So the last Super Bowl that was in New York, it ended up being a beautiful day.
Wait, you're not talking about the damn Broncos one?
No, I'm talking about whichever one that that Super Bowl in New York.
What year
Yeah,
though? You're not talking
that
about 2012, like 13. Like that was when the Broncos played them, and Seattle kicked our ass, and the weather was dog shit.
oh, okay.
You went in there, it looked like you were driving into Quest Field, dude. I was so pissed off. And Richard Sherman's like, I'm the best corner in the league. You gonna test me like that with a star ass receiver like Crabtree? LOB. And it's like, oh my God, we're fucked. I remember just thinking, like, oh, we're done, dude. Like, they have a defense. We have an aging Champ Bailey. Like, this could be a rough afternoon. And then opening kickoff, we get the touchback, go to snap it. Peyton Manning calls an audible right over the old dome. Yeah, dude, that was one of the worst days. Yeah, thanks for bringing that one up, man. I appreciate it.
I was just thinking, yeah, okay.
Was that the game though that you're talking about, the New York game? That was like the first outdoor Super Bowl in a bad environment, like in a.
No, it wasn't the first, but I know that.
Not ever. I mean,
yeah,
just like,
right. No, they used to, it was the more recent one. That's all. Yeah. But
take
yeah,
my
it
bad.
was,
A little medicine. It's medicinal.
I don't care.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was God, that was so shitty. And then me and my buddies, all right, man, because they knew I was pissed, and I had, I'm a Broncos dude. I had shit up. I had food. It was at my house. I'm like, all right, let's go smoke in the car. We're gonna come back. We get ball, or they get ball at halftime. We're gonna get a stop. We're gonna get the ball back, and I think it was like 16-8 at that point, or something. Like, whatever. It wasn't good. And
No.
Percy Harvin took the first, like the opening kickoff to the second half.
Yeah.
For a touchdown, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not trying to be rude, but everyone's got to leave. Like, I'm not, I'm not dealing with it, dude. There's no way I'm gonna be a good like that. I'm gonna be nicer in an hour. There's just no fucking way. And you see Sherman, and oh man, yeah, dude, that was a rough fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, as a Lions fan, I assume you know the feeling.
Yeah. One of my friends, he got so mad. I was at his house, and the Lions messed up. He grabbed his remote. He flung it at the TV. Went ahead and right in the TV screen. 4K TV ruined it.
See, that would piss me off more because I video game too much. I got 3 TVs right here. I got, dude, I wouldn't be able to. But I can understand it 100%. Like, dude, I broke my hand. And I'm a big guy. I mean, you see these arms, you're like, I work out a lot. Like, you can tell I'm jacked, dude. Like, they call me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I'm no dome baby.
Yeah. You have to be, being a big guy, being that Cardinal fan,
I am not a fucking. I'm about to take this shit fucking off, dude. Hold on, I got you.
I know. I just had to say that. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, now you're tagged.
Do the podcast with the shirt inside out. You see what I'm saying, man? No,
and you can see your tag now.
I look retarded. Oh, I'm jacked. Yeah, I'm jacked.
Okay, should we put on some music for your little striptease there?
That's funny. People
Yeah.
are gonna be like, "What kind of fucked up porno did I just come onto YouTube for?" Nah, I had to prove that I'm not a no, I'm not a
I
Cardinal
I
fan.
I know.
These bangers, oh
Mm-hmm.
04, oh well, that's 13 and oh 04. Yeah, both years we beat the Cards, but I root for them. I think the Wainwright thing. Are you a baseball fan? I thought the
Yeah.
Wayno thing
Yeah.
was kind of cool. Like Wayno, even though I think he's a douchebag, he kind of was cool for Cardinal baseball. So whatever. I don't know.
And
The
I would
Mickey
say,
thing, Mickey
mm-hmm.
thing was really cool. I enjoyed that. I watched like they let him go out to first base, right, and all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, the Arizona Cardinals used to play in St. Louis.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
think
long time.
when I was
Yeah.
on your podcast, I have a game ball Monday night. Well, with my dad
Mm-hmm.
at his house, but it's dedicated to my mom and my dad. Monday Night Football, like he was player of the game. Leonard Smith played for him, and it's one of my dad's best friends. Him and
Oh, cool.
Cedric Mack, they played. Leonard played for the was drafted first overall or first round
Mm-hmm.
pick in '83,
Right.
and then Cedric was drafted second round, and they were like real close. And then O.J. Anderson, are you familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Otis Anderson played for the Giants.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's my sister's godfather. So like so there is like I actually had lunch with Leonard a few weeks ago, and we talked about the Cardinals leaving, and I was like, how the hell does it like? So what do you do? And he's like, fuck it, dude. He's like, I heard about it kind of back then. You kind of know maybe something. And he's like, I bought
Mm-hmm.
a house in Phoenix, but then when I got to Phoenix, I got traded to the Buffalo Bills. And he's like, and at that point, and he's like, dude, so I just bought a house, but then I got to move to Buffalo. And I'm like, what do you, he's like, dude, yeah, I'd love to have him on here because we
Mm-hmm.
want to get him on Beers and Bets, but I'm like, you can see my dumb ass, man. I'm like, we're not that formal, dog. I'm like, Leonard, I don't want to have you on and be like, yeah, what up, dude? Welcome to the studio. So,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah, the
that
man's.
that might help you to grow though.
Oh, it would
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I just actually want to be able to interview him. Like, I mean, again, like my dad and him, he texts me, dude. Like he's been hitting me up, and he's like, about I got engaged like a couple months ago. So he's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey man, and I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm like, I don't want to hear congrats because then we went to lunch together, and he
Mm-hmm.
was in town, and he's like, hey man, I'm like Leonard, if you ever, because I know what you're. This is an NFL dude, and he was getting it, man. My
Yeah.
mom used to go, well, Leonard, his wife would say, it's just, we let the boys be boys on when they're on the road or whatever. And my dad was out like running around, and I'm like, dude, Leonard, fuck you. What are you saying? I'm like, you don't want me getting, I'm like that, but I appreciate it. Like, but yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, like they were, yeah. I mean, he's in the D1 like college football Hall of Fame. Like
Okay.
he's in college football Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's a
Mm-hmm.
good defensive player. I think he had a bunch of touchdowns, blocking punts for touchdowns, shit like that. But he was a big guy. The guy that would get the flag. My mom would always say, Leonard's real mean after the play. Like he'll get the flags, and like my mom is a dumb lady spilling hot chocolate on all the wives' fucking mink coats. But she's like, yeah, well, I spilled it one time on Otis Anderson's wife's jet. Like it was a white mink, and I'm like, she's like, it was so cold at Soldier Field, and I'm like, all right, this is why Dad doesn't like. This is why. Oh, fair enough. Like this is why we don't get invited to the Hall of Fame dinners and stuff because I guarantee you, if they met me, they would want me there.
Oh wow.
Long
Wow.
story short, I am familiar with the St. Louis Rams football squad. Though I feel like I should have somewhere around here. I know I have some Rams pennants, dude. But yeah, no, I know the league well enough to, being born in '90, have a conversation with someone.
Yeah. So did you go to the Battlehawks games? Okay.
Oh, dude, are you kidding? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That's the one flag I'm missing back here, dude. Yeah. Caw! Oh, dude, Battle Hawk. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's our shit. That's our shit, man. We're chanting
Hmm.
"fuck you, Cronky."
Yeah,
Side
I
note.
heard the XFL is going to merge with the USFL.
Yeah, they already all like teamed up or whatever. The Rock's doing big things because I think ultimately he's turning it into a filter for like the NFL. So it's just a way to be like the minor leagues for, like
Right.
a lot of those guys. I mean, what was the guy Heineke played for the Redskins and he
Hmm.
he was playing with the Battlehawks, man. Or
Yeah.
was he the back? And then Teamo. I know McCarron obviously, but he can
Yeah.
go back and forth. But yeah,
Did you know the original USFL was actually taking players out of the NFL back in
yeah,
the
I'm not.
back in? I mean, you were born in the '90s, so you wouldn't know that. But back in the '80s, they were taking players right out of NFL. They signed Herschel Walker, which was a Heisman Trophy winner back then. They took Brian Sipe, which was
Wow.
the Cleveland Browns quarterback, and there was just Jim Kelly. He used to play for the Houston Gamblers.
Leonard, the guy that had lunch, my dad's buddy, was talking about Jim. They're
Yeah,
like good friends, man. They
yeah,
played on those Super Bowl teams, so he knew.
hmm
And I'm like, that's fucked up, dude. How? Like that's so cool. I'm
yeah,
like, man, I could spend 3 hours, but keep going. I didn't mean to,
hmm
but that.
but yeah, but the first ever United States football champion of the original league was the Michigan Panthers. The
Of
first,
so
oh,
who? What was like the best player in that at that time? Like
the
who
best,
was in that?
yeah, well, the best player was Herschel Walker.
Oh well, yeah.
And then Steve, but he didn't play for the Panthers. Herschel Walker played for the New York, New Jersey Generals. Steve Young was actually a real good player too. He
What was
played
the
for.
incentive to play there?
Oh,
Rather
they
than the
back then the NFL didn't pay that much.
NFL? Back then.
Yeah,
Fuck, if you're
back
a
then.
running back now, you're not getting anything, man. But
Yeah, but I mean there was back then the NFL was just paying like hundreds of thousands of dollars. There was not no $1 million contract or anything like that. When the USFL formed, they were paying a lot better than the NFL.
they
And
were
actually, the Players Association used that for the NFL after the USFL folded
as
in
leverage.
court to show that if they had competition, their wages would go up.
So essentially, it was what is it called? The golf league, La Liga, or not La Liga,
Yeah.
but the golfers, like the guys that are playing over in Saudi Arabia. What is that league called though? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like the golfing. It's kind of like that. Like they're getting
Right.
paid, but
Okay.
there's no planning behind it. There's
Yeah.
or not with
Well,
that. I don't know
there.
about
Yeah.
the
The the
golf.
thing that the original USFL did wrong. Okay, two things. They expanded too quickly, because they added 5 teams that next
Yeah, they
year.
try to get too bit right on. Yeah.
Right. But the worst thing that they did, they started out being a spring league, and then they voted that they were going to go ahead and try
Oh,
to
they tried to
try to
compete.
go. They tried to
Oh,
compete, yeah, and they
oh,
could not. They could not
fuck.
get. They could not get a TV deal because they
You
were
know what the
going to go.
sponsors, the TV deals do? Like,
Yeah, they couldn't get a because in the spring they had places that would that they could uh, be watched on, but
yeah, right.
in the when they wanted to go to the fall and go head to head against the NFL, no network would touch them.
Yeah, I
So
can
that's
understand that. Well,
yeah.
I mean, they already got their investments in one, and
Mm. Yeah.
I feel like even back then the NFL had to be seen
Yeah.
as like something's brewing here. Like this is
Right.
building, and like fantasy football hadn't even really started.
Oh no, fantasy was not. Yeah, in the '80s.
And if you bring up like so, even back, I guess Herschel Water though, but like, were there any players that you know of in that would have been like, I want to go here, not in the NFL, that were like substantially talented, like that were so if like a John Elway, like John Elway was going to the NFL, right? He would have never even questioned that.
Well, like
I think the Super Bowl is what like would drive him, right? Like everyone, it's kind of like you
well,
want that.
Figure John Elway making probably about a quarter of what he was making now, or at that time.
Oh, he would make.
I know
Yeah.
because the NFL did not pay that great at all back
Yeah.
then. They
And they
did
still
not.
don't.
Right, but shoot now. If John Elway was a quarterback now, with his skills, he'd be making quite quite good
Oh
pay.
my
You know,
god, you,
you
dude.
know,
Yeah,
right.
fucking Daniel Daniel Jones last night just got
God.
sacked 11 times and he's getting
Mm.
paid. You saw the dude got the pick and was just going like that to him,
Yeah.
dude. Like, yeah, got your
I
money's worth, motherfucker. He's like,
Mm.
joke.
Right.
But yeah, it was funny because I asked Leonard. He went to LSU. He had a scholarship to him, and then they said why. I was like, why? Fucking, you're a Hall of Famer for McNeese State. Why did you go to McNeese State? Like, where? Why? How? And he's like, dude, they wanted me, man. He's like, LSU, I got a little banged up. They saw another kid, brought him in, took my spot. I knew it was going to happen. And I'm like, damn. Like, that is, so you see, like, even in the NFL, the same way, though. It's like, man, people are just, it's cutthroat, dude. So I don't know, man. I'm just glad the Broncos won, dude. I'm just glad the Broncos won. We got to win. We didn't lose to your Bears. And we did something good for your division, too, right?
Right, yeah.
I guess, even though I want that first pick, and I feel like ultimately we're going to be battling for that with the Bears.
Yeah, because right now the Bears got the first 2 picks.
I know, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Who's the only other team? There was another team that I had. It was like Jets.
Yeah, way back when.
Patriots? I don't know. We did that on the trivia the other day.
Right. Yeah. All right. But I do gotta get some sleep, so I think I'm gonna call it a night.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I've been up like 4 days straight.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry for thanks for letting me hop in, man.
Oh, thanks for coming on. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to come on and talk to you and the other dude. But cheers, man. Hey, here's some bets. Check us out.
I sure will. All right. Thank you guys. You guys all have a great night. Thanks everybody. Hit that like, subscribe button. You know what? I'm sorry it took so long to answer that, but yeah, I think they could have another Super Bowl if they keep on going like what they're going. I definitely think that. But yeah, this is Maniac Tim. I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Thank you, Grandizer 12. Thank you, Jimmy. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Steve. 313 Newbury. Thanks everybody, and this is Maniac Tim signing out.